Public service announcements. Gas stations are now problematic. Check it out. Female motorist 31 says petrol pumps are sexist because their male design handles hurt her small hands. Everything's bad. Patriarchy. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Zeducation Extras, and welcome to another Clown World video. You guys, you didn't know yet, we have a second channel called Zeducation Extras. Here on this channel, we have a lot of deleted scenes from our main channel on our Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday videos, as well as videos like this. Videos that might be a little bit shorter and don't necessarily fit into the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday lineup on Zeducation. So if you are new here or you've been watching, please head down and make sure you are subscribed for a lot more in the future. That all being said, we got to get to today's game of you cringe, you win. If you cringe at this stuff, it means your brain works, okay? As soon as you stop cringing, you might need to test yourself some more, okay? If you are ready for today's game, once again, head down and like this video. And if you're new here, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell click for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now on to today's game. If you cringe, you win. Go.
A city in California is replacing its stop lights with stop signs. And you might be thinking, well, it's probably because the stoplights weren't needed, right? Wrong. It's actually because homeless people keep breaking into the stoplight and stealing the copper wiring. And not only that, they've been breaking into the electrical box at the light, hooking up their own wiring, cementing over it, and trailing it back to their RV or homeless camp to get free electricity. Now you can tell from old Google Maps Street View that the light used to be there and used to work perfectly before homeless people took over this side of the street. But because homeless people kept stealing copper from the light, stealing electricity from the light, it kept causing accidents when the lights would stop working. Now a lot of people that live in the area are really upset by this because they're wondering why the government isn't stopping the homeless people in the area who have been taking out the light and instead are pandering towards them and replacing the light with a stop sign. Now the government has said that eventually they hope to get a light back in and working, but honestly people in the area have said that they've lost hope and that this is most likely a sign that the government is never going to fix it. And having lived in California for 2 years myself, I don't think it's ever going to get fixed. So that's my opinion. What do y'all think about this?
Couple things here. No, the government will never fix that. We're the government, we're here to help. No, you're not. No, you're here to waste money. Second, I don't know how to go in, break into these electrical boxes and wire these things. So I feel like these people who are doing this, these homeless people, they have a skill. They have a skill. That's got to translate into some job, right? I mean, it only makes sense. That takes some skill. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson spent $30,000 on hair makeup with his campaign funds.
About your spending of $30,000 from your campaign fund for hair and makeup. Can you respond to that and explain why you think that's an appropriate use of the campaign dollars to many people seems like a lot of money?
I think it's always appropriate to make sure that we're investing in small businesses, especially minority-owned, black-owned, women-owned businesses. Our campaign spends money on food. We support black and brown-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, printing. There are a number of things that my campaign spends dollars on. And I'm so committed to supporting small businesses that even as mayor, just made another announcement of another $35 million available for small businesses.
This is most politicians. They never answer the questions. If you've ever listened to the White House press secretary, they get asked a question like this. They palter. They say what they want to say, and they never directly answer the question. Chicago recently had over 100 shootings. 100 people got shot in Chicago over the 4th of July weekend, and he blamed it on Richard Nixon. Was he president 60 years ago, 50 years ago? So, amazing. Great work, buddy. Good job. NBC's medical drama says cancer can be caused by racism.
I had Cephas answer some questions from a Harvard test known as Unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
That's right.
And what does that have to do
Your son, he feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised. But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
Only in 2024. I thought 2020, 2021. I literally didn't think it could get any worse. And here we are in 2024. People watch this garbage? Do they actually really think this? Apparently so. It's hilarious. Honestly, that is comedy gold. I hope historians in the future look back on this time and label it the dumb ages, because it is. I would have never known.
Generally, like in my house, I don't have a whole lot of shredded cheese, right? I just have blocks of cheese. I have a cheese grater. I grate the cheese that I need, and I go. It's wood. So they'll literally take like tiny shaved up wood particles. Like it'll say on the back, like cellulose will be the word, but they use like wood fiber and mix it in it so that it doesn't stick together. Because if you've ever taken like a block of cheese at home and grated it and then stick it in a bag, what does it do? It sticks together. Like, how does that not stick together? They actually add like wood fibers into it's like sawdust basically inside that bag. So
food people, is that true? Are we eating sawdust when we eat shredded cheese? Is that true? I knew it wasn't that good for you. It's kind of weird that it lasts so long. I don't think it's supposed to last that long. But should we be eating shredded cheese, folks? I can't believe my camera caught this. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Oh.
No way. This has to be staged. No freaking way.
I sat down and I thought I heard a.
Watch out for those porch pirates, folks. They're everywhere, stealing stuff. This looks like it might be real. I know I've seen some staged ones that look like it was real. Again, for those of you that are parents, teach your kids not to steal. It is that simple. Sadly, this is where we are.
We get 1/3 the mileage when we're towing. This brought us to 223 miles. It says 10 minutes remaining to bring us to a full 80%, which is kind of neat. Keep in consideration, we don't have to drive 223 miles today, but we are towing, which drastically reduces the amount of miles you can travel. We get 1/3 of the mileage. Yeah, the math, it's easy math. We get 1/3 the mileage when we're towing, which is just like you're basically going from charging station to charging station, because the next charging station is where we're launching the boat. And essentially, if I'm towing this home, I would need to charge it there and then need to charge it before I get home. We are plummeting in miles literally as we speak. Not good. Now I'm going to charge. Folks. It is 5:20. We are at 46 miles and 14%. Am I going to make it all the way home without charging? Or am I going to have to stop halfway, charge again? This is 2 times I've charged to full on one trip. Change of plans. I don't feel like stopping halfway home again to charge for 40 minutes. My father is going to take the boat home, leave it at his house. I'm going to let him use the boat as much as he wants while it's up here. And when I come up here, the boat's already up here. The ICE engine, internal combustion engine, is going to take care of me and solve my problems. So the experiment to tow the boat is a complete failure. I don't want to tow it home. It was a pain in the butt, and I don't have the time to charge it again.
I don't know how many times I have to say this. The example after example. Buying an electric vehicle, an electric truck specifically, is nonsense. It's insane. I hope they can improve the technology, but this is more proof. You're towing a boat. That's nothing. Electric vehicles, simply put, they're giant golf carts. They can't tow things. It's fine if you have one. It's fine if you drive around the city. That's great. But if you live in rural America, you're trying to tow anything, doesn't make any sense.
All right, so I'm going to need some help from the top alphabet community scholars on this one. Transgender runner Nikki Hiltz is headed to the Paris Olympics. And there she is right there. They are. Let me explain. So Nikki Hiltz identifies as transgender non-binary. However, Nikki Hiltz was born a woman. She competes in women's track, and Nikki is very good at women's track. But here's the confusion. Even though Nikki was born a woman, has not had surgery, has not had hormone therapy, and still competes as a woman, she regards herself as transgender non-binary. I thought I understood what that meant. thought non-binary meant that you didn't identify as a man or a woman, that you were in between, or you felt like a man one day, you felt like a woman one day, but you were neither. But I thought I knew what transgender meant. However, Nikki here is confusing the shit out of me. Can I get some help?
I got nothing for it because I don't get it either. 27% of Americans are skipping meals because of skyrocketing food costs, survey shows. And another 18% have considered applying for food stamps. But hey, listen to Joe. Things are amazing. Things are perfect. The economy is booming. Okay? So this is fake news.
Read you a quote, and then you have to guess if Trump or Biden
I love
said
this.
it. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Trump.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven
They have no idea.
or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Wow. Trump.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it.
It's insane, man.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids.
Would you be surprised if I told you that both of those Biden said?
Very surprised, but prayerfully he turned a new leaf, and he's a different person today.
Did you hear the quote that he said more recently during an interview where he said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black"?
What? No.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It's really unfortunate if that is factual and he did say that. I'm at a loss for words. I've never heard those type of negative comments coming from him or his administration. I didn't know that he would even ever be capable of having those views.
And it's very sad because this is very common. You never knew that he said that stuff because the messengers that you listen to, they don't show you those things. And there's a big difference between the right and the left. Generally, the right knows exactly what the left is saying because we sit and we criticize and we watch and we can point out the lies in the media and all these people that are the messengers of the left. And we know what the right is saying because we listen to those people too. Now, the left, on the other hand, they have no idea what the right is saying, what they think, because they don't consume what those messengers say. It's so true. This is a great example of that. Perfect example. You see it all the time. These people have no idea what kind of person Joe really is because all they listen to is one side, period. There's example after example of this. Black and brown Minnesotans get worse sleep than white people, researchers at the University of Minnesota say. It's hurting their health. One example, in many Somali homes in the Twin Cities, smoke detectors with low batteries beep around the clock. Many believe the devices beep when they're working properly. Abadafa said, or it's the landlord's responsibility to fix them. Such misinformation could be corrected with a community-wide effort. Again, this is the left promoting these insane, idiotic victim ideas. Oh, it's not your fault to change the batteries and help you get better sleep. It's the landlord's fault. New York City holds Fat Beach Day to create accepting environment for plus-size community, a space for people to be themselves. Yeah, New York City, you're doing it. You're really doing it. You're making it the world a better place. Congrats. Dear Abby, I want my renter to have a COVID vaccine, or they need to move out. This was in 2024. This was less than a month ago. You're an idiot. If you were that renter, I would move out voluntarily. You have a lunatic that is your landlord. It's 2024. People are still doing this. Get out of here. MSNBC host Joy Reid says she'd vote for President Biden if he was in a coma. And there you go. This is why I have very little hope for some people coming around. This is one of the messengers of the left, right? And she would vote for a glass of water with a D on it. That's from Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi knows that better than anyone. It's a religion. It is. Biden at 81, sharp and focused, but sometimes confused and forgetful. Do you hear yourself, AP News? You want to fix that headline there? From The Intelligencer. Longtime friends of the Biden family who spoke to me on the condition of anonymity were shocked to find that the president did not remember their names. That's reassuring. I will say, anonymous sources, got to take it with a grain of salt. To Biden's defense there, surprisingly. This Example, though, I would not be surprised. He probably forgets a lot of people's names, if we're being honest with ourselves. Somebody's got to pay for Biden's student debt forgiveness, and that someone is you. Student loan relief contributing to 27% jump in projected federal budget deficits. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. We've been saying this the whole time. The taxpayers, it's not forgiveness. No, someone's paying for it, and it's you, only in America.
Guys, only in America will you find socialists that are mad at Republicans because the wealthiest individuals and companies are Democrats.
Isn't that amazing? I love that that's part of Biden's message. All of the Trump's wealthy friends, his billionaire friends, like, dude, did you just not have a Hollywood fundraiser with all of these millionaires and probably billionaires because they don't have to make their fortunes public? Do you hear yourself? Do you see the problem with your platform? This is BS. Kellogg's playing the game.
These kind of shenanigans that drive me crazy. All right, take a look at this. So I'm sitting here looking at this box of cereal, but look, all the ones behind it are taller. They're all bigger. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, slightly, yeah.
This one then must have more in it. 17.9 ounces. Both family size, but obviously a much bigger box. The little one, 19.1. 17.9. What?
Kellogg's is not the only one. A lot of companies do this. You've seen that throughout the years. They'll either make a bigger bin with the same amount, make it look like there's more, or they will have the same size and lower the amount that's in there. Everyone's turning in the Lays, just half air, drop it down to 2/3 air, 1/3 chips. Soon we'll get to 25%. Oh, geez. Hey, whoa! What the? No freaking way. Okay. Vanilla and French vanilla. That does not look healthy. That looks like clogged arteries. That doesn't count as a pump. You spilled. Jeez. No, someone's gonna drink that? Again, folks, this is not coffee. What is this? What would you classify this as? Yuck. That's not... Can't be healthy for you either, the almond stuff. Ice, okay. That's a lot of ice. And what? Is that a shot of coffee? A spritz of coffee? Dude, this is not... Look at that! It's not even getting... What the... If that's your order, go see your doctor right now. That's disgusting, and it's incredibly unhealthy. It's like your week's worth of sugar, dude. Who is in your picture profile?
Y'all, everybody keeps asking who that is in my pictures and stuff. Because, I'll post these pictures sometimes. Y'all, this is me in 2021. So, 3 years ago. That was me.
What happened? And I mean that concerningly. I'm not saying that to besmirch you or anything like that, but sad. Why'd you do that? You get one body and you desecrated it. Before and after wokeness, this is what happens. The mind virus. It catches on quick. That was only 2021, not that long ago. Sad. How'd you do in today's video? Did you cringe at all? That means you'll win. Okay? It means your brain works. It means that you see these examples from the mainstream media, from politicians, from things in our culture, and you say, whoa, we are on the wrong path. So, how do we fix it? Well, first, we got to make sure everyone knows that we have a giant problem right now. All right? So, please head down. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel for a lot more to come. Please share these videos. Let me know how you did in the comments. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
For the children.
Idiots.